What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some legends that are going to be downgraded. These players, I think their overalls were a little bit too high in NBA 2K16. I think hopefully 2K will downgrade them 2K17, but I think 2K should anyway. I doubt they will. First we've got 2000-2001 Steve Francis, who was an 88 overall last year. Steve Francis had a good year. He averaged 19.9 points per game, which is not bad. He averaged nearly 7 rebounds per game, which is exceptional for a point guard, and he averaged 6 assists. While these are very, very good stats, 88 overall point guards in 2K16, if you look at the goals, Westbrook was only 89 after a much better season than this last year. So I think he should be downgraded to an 86 overall. He should be a little bit ahead of the likes of Mike Conley, maybe a little bit below Kyle Lowry, around that level. So I think an 86 overall is fair for this card. It was a great year. He had a great season for Houston, so I don't think he should be downgraded too much, but I think an 86 overall is fair. Next we have got someone from my upgrades video actually. It is 89-90 Dominique Wilkins. And it looks like 2K just mixed up the ratings between this one and his 85-86 card, because 85-86 had a much better year and it's 5 ratings lower. His 89-90 card is a 94 overall, and in that season he averaged 26 points a game, 6.5 rebounds and 2.5 assists a game. Like, it's not a bad season, it's actually an extremely good season. But for a 94 overall, that's what LeBron and Steph may be rated next year, and it was not at an MVP best player in the league level. So I think he should be downgraded to a 90 overall. Still stays an amethyst because it was an extremely good year. I just think a 94 overall is way too high for Dominique Wilkins in 1990. Maybe give that rating to his 85-86 card, but his 89-90 season was definitely not worthy of a 94 overall. Next we've got 86-87 Kareem AbdulJabbar. Kareem is, in my opinion, one of the top 2 players of all time, and he's one of the few players you can make a legitimate argument that is the best player of all time, other than Michael Jordan. Kareem AbdulJabbar that season only averaged 17.5 points per game and 6.5 rebounds per game, which it's not a bad year. The Lakers were extremely good. The Showtime Lakers were incredible. He was on a downward spot. He was kind of nearing the end of his career. He only played 2 years after that, and he was 39 years old. The fact that 2K gave him an 94 overall card, it was just so that Kareem would have a good card early in the game, but I think that rating is way too high. I'd still rate him as a high rated player, but I'd give him an 89 overall gold, which might be a little bit too high, but I think that that's fair because, again, he is Kareem AbdulJabbar. They did win a ring that year, so I think an 89 overall gold is fair for this card. Next we have got 07-08 Amar Stoudemire. This season Amar Stoudemire averaged 25.2 points per game, 9 rebounds a game and 1.5 assists per game, and over 2 blocks per game. Amar Stoudemire again had an extremely good year, but like Dominique Wilkins and Kareem AbdulJabbar, a 94 overall is way too high, especially when his 04-05 card, where he was arguably better and on a better Phoenix Suns team, was only rated 88 overall. I think that this card should still remain an amethyst because he was one of the best big men in the NBA, but I think a 90 overall is fair for this card. I don't know why it was rated so high, but to be honest, I can't see any reason why 2K would rate it that high. He did shoot nearly 60% from the field, which is extremely good. Amar Stoudemire was better in 2004-2005 and was on a better team, and he was still given a lower rating in NBA 2K, which doesn't really make sense. So maybe switch to 2, maybe give him a 92 overall for 04-05, give him a 90 for 07-08, but I think a 90 overall is fair for this card. And last is one where I know for a fact people are going to say I'm nuts for saying this. That's why I kept it to the end, so the only people that actually enjoy the content are going to be watching. But anyway, it is 2002-2003 Tracy McGrady. He was a 96 overall diamond. Yep, a 96 overall diamond. To put that into perspective, MVP Allen Iverson was a 93 overall. Yep, MVP Allen Iverson, who single-handedly took the Philadelphia 76ers to the finals, was a 93 overall. And Tmac, who he did average 32.1 points per game, 6.5 rebounds and 5.5 assists, which is exceptional. He also shot 24 shots a game that year. He did carry the Magic to the playoffs, but they lost a 3-1 lead. I'm not saying that Tmac had a bad season. Tmac had an unbelievable season and one of the best individual seasons of anyone in that decade. But I think that if you look at the way MVP Iverson was rated, MVP Rose, a lot of other good players, I think he should be a 93 overall amethyst, which is still extremely high, but I just think a 96 overall and a diamond is way too high. I don't think that season was good enough to go into the diamond level, especially because he did lose a 3-1 lead in the first round of the playoffs. So anyway, that's just my opinion. If you think there's any other players that should be downgraded, leave it in the comments, and I'm probably going to upload a few more current NBA upgrades and downgrades, and I might do one more Legends upgrades and downgrades. I'll see how this is received. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.